rather than just tell them the kinds of things that our equipment can do, we like to talk specifically about application. And we like to get specific about market areas that we think we do really well in. And so I'd like to take you through a few of those, give you an idea of what our strengths are, where we think we can help you, and ultimately where we can both get an order. And so the first area I'd like to talk about is mobile printer rolls. It's probably the largest new market for us. And some of you have probably been selling some of this product already. Some of you have probably been selling a multi-part form that is used as a receipt. So something's being delivered, you handwrite what took place, what the transaction was, you give them parts 2 and 3, you keep part 1, take it back to the office, that gets put in the computer, there you go. What's the newer technology, of course, is a thermal printer. And that thermal printer might either be carried maybe on a belt, it might be just carried in by hand, or it might be attached to the truck. And what's inside those small printers are very small rolls. And they're thermal rolls. They tend to either be a blank roll that we stock, or if it is something that the customer would like to have a logo on, or maybe a coupon, want something custom printed on, that's probably what we're always after, because I'm sure you can understand that's a value add that we always want to do. And so some of the opportunities there are parking applications. Virtually every city and university are giving out parking tickets. That's a mobile printer. But maybe some things that you haven't thought about. Anybody that makes deliveries. So that might be anybody that delivers beverages. So that might be alcohol, might be soda pop, might be a bakery, any kind of food. Just think about the companies in your area that are making multiple deliveries, large warehouse, lots of trucks. Those folks are going to mobile printers. Great opportunity. Most of the product that's being sold now is coming from the same guy that sold them the printer, which means the pricing might be a little high, which gives you a great opportunity for some good margin opportunities as well. Best thing that we can do for you is that we understand the printers. We can tell you if it's an O'Neill printer or it's a Zebra printer. We can tell you what the roll is. We can help you figure out what we need to quote, and then be creative about some ways to help them out in terms of how we might print it. Again, great opportunity, mobile printer rolls. And one of the bigger growth areas for us has been prescription rolls. I'm sure many of you have been selling prescription pads, probably sold them for years. A great opportunity for you. What's happening now is rather than the pad that the doctor scribbles on that none of us can read, is that there are a number of printers, Starmicronics is one of the companies that's done this, that they've been marketing a printer specifically designed for a roll to go in that is a prescription roll rather than the pad. You can see the advantages. Obviously, you can read it better. There's an electronic trail. A lot of security issues are solved by going through a printer. And this is a product that we've been making for a number of years that we stock. So either you call your doctor's office or the hospital, the guy that you're dealing with, and you say, hey, are you beginning to use prescription rolls? If you are, I've got a supplier that stocks them. Or if they're not, you're going to be in the cutting edge. And so when they do buy that printer, you're going to be in a position, because you know us, to be able to sell that product. Okay, next category I want to talk to you a little bit about is, in general, the financial marketplace. Probably the biggest opportunity for us as a manufacturer in the banking or financial industry are ATM receipts. Pretty much every bank in the United States is providing ATM opportunities. And as you probably know, inside every ATM machine is a roll of paper. And,
right there as you're talking.
And some of those rolls are just a blank roll that might have just a cents mark on it, or might even just be a blank thermal or bond roll. Vast majority of the product now is thermal. That's where all the technology is going, but there's still some product out there that is bond. We stock probably more of this product than anybody in the country at this point. So if somebody just says, hey, we buy 3 or 4 cartons of this a month, can you help us out with that? You tell me what the product is. They might say it's a Diebold 1070. I'll know immediately what size that is. I can give you a quote. You can provide the quote to them. And you can tell them if they give you an order in the morning, we can probably ship it that day. Nice business, nice steady Eddie. What I think is probably more interesting for all of us is if we can take that stock blank roll and custom print it. So some of the opportunities there might just be their logo. Maybe they want to talk about the overdraft protection. And the truth of the matter is this is the least expensive way to advertise of anything else that they're doing. So the opportunity here may be with the marketing folks to talk a little bit about what are you trying to tell your customers these days, and can we help you tell that message on the back of your ATM receipts. That's what we do. And the beauty of printing technologies is that I can run as few as a carton, maybe 8 rolls, and I can do that efficiently at a price that makes sense, or I can make that very large run of hundreds of cartons, and we can all make some money as well. Large opportunity. If you're not calling on banks, probably an area you ought to think about. If you are and you're not selling ATM receipts, definitely want to talk about that. There are also teller roll opportunities. When you come in, you get a receipt. When you go up to the drive-thru, there's a teller roll there. That's another opportunity. And internally, there's a few thermal rolls still available. So lots of roll opportunities at banks. We know what we're doing, and we can help you get that order. Next category I want to talk about are kiosk rolls. And I guess by definition, a kiosk is something that gives out information. If you go in the mall and you see that big thing that's got all the colors that says you are here, and you're trying to figure out how to get to the store that you want to buy something at, and it kind of gets you there, that's a kiosk by definition. The kiosk that I want to talk about, though, is something that is a self-serve information giver, if you will. Or it may be a ticket giver, if you will. So let me give you a couple examples of kiosks. If you've traveled at all recently, you may go to the airport, and rather than go up to the ticket counter and actually get a ticket, there's kind of a small box there, maybe almost looks like an ATM machine. You put in your information, and it kicks out a receipt or a ticket for you. We would define that as a kiosk, and we make those products. Very large rolls, tend to be a little bit heavier grade of paper, probably have a sense mark, probably have a perforation, all things that we can do that are great opportunities for you. It's kind of a nice value-added kind of a product. Some other applications that we're seeing with kiosks are many hotels now, when you want to check out, same kind of thing. Big box, looks like an ATM machine, and you can check out, and there's a large roll inside of there that gives you the same receipt that they would have given you in person. You can kind of see the idea here. It's kind of a self-serve idea. So the point is, let's say you're going to get your car washed. Same kind of a deal. You come in, and in that case, you can actually put your ATM card, your credit card in, and it kicks out a receipt, and you go wash your car. Relatively new technology. A lot of this is a blank roll still, and at this point, printing technology stocks more of these rolls, I believe, than anybody else in the country. And more importantly, we can take that same stock roll and print it, logos, couponing, again, whatever your customer might like, allows you to come up with some new ideas, some new opportunities. Really encourage you to take a look at this as an opportunity for you for new business. So again, thanks for listening, and we look forward to being in touch with you soon. Thank you.